Put a finger down if you were victimized by the no oils, no butters, black girl curls movement of like 2020.
Moisturize your scalp and stop listening to every video on TikTok to tell you not to do so. People are telling you to spray water on your hair shaft because scientifically it's supposed to help moisturize your hair and get the nutrients in your hair shaft. Stop listening to people like that.
I just saw someone say that black hair care products are oils, butters, and vibes. My question is, what is this sudden beef with oils and butters in hair care products?
So let's talk no oils and hair butters. I mean, this is how my hair looks straight after deep conditioning with no oil or hair butter.
No oils, no butter has damaged my hair, unfortunately.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Cynthia here, and guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about this no oils no butter movement that has been going on for quite some time. It has caused a bit of controversy, but we're all gonna look into that. Okay, basically natural hair TikTok has officially entered another era, and this time they are resurrecting one of the most controversial trends we have ever seen: the no oils no butter movement. Yes guys, the trend that said put the shea butters away, put the coconut oils away. That's the one that's back. And as expected, obviously, a lot of women had things to say about it. Women are reposting their experience, their regrets, their success stories. And honestly, this trend is exposing how divided the natural hair community is. On one hand, we have the group saying oils are ruining your hair, butters are blocking moisture, your hair will do absolutely well without them. And on the other hand, we have people saying, wait, my 4C hair literally snaps without oil. My hair gets dry, or some will even say this trend made my hair worse.
No oils, no butter has damaged my hair, unfortunately. Originally wanted to do it because I used oils excessively at one point, which led to product buildup, dryness, breakage, and then stagnant hair growth for 3 years. So I did no oils, no butters, but my hair still got damaged.
So before you go throwing away your oils and your butters, let's quickly look at some of these ladies' experiences. Now, without wasting too much time, let's get right into this video.
I saw someone else make a video about this. I'm going to tag them and I'm going to do my own video as well. But my experience doing the no oils, no butters trend challenge thing, everyone always slanders black girl curls and the woman who invented it. I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for them, I would never, ever, ever in 100,000 years wear my hair naturally. I would never be able to do it. My wash day is 30 minutes. I have a curl pattern now. I never had a curl pattern before. My hair was just a poofy, frizzy mess when I was slathering it in raw oils, raw butters, thinking that's what I had to do. I didn't follow the challenge to a T. I didn't look at the product list of if it had an oil in the first 5 ingredients. I didn't do all that, but I cut out raw oils, raw butters. I washed my hair consistently every week. What else? I incorporated botanical ingredients. Like, I followed it loosely and it changed my hair for the better. You guys can never make me hate them. Till now, I do use hair oils, but usually I'll just use oils that are formulated for hair. So like the OGX coconut oil or the Aussie reconstructing oil. And everyone always stays slandering them on this app, but they really issued in a new era of the natural hair movement because people started finally talking with sense about how to do hair care. I didn't have to hear about the maximum hydration method, about putting 10 billion fruits and bananas and clays and all this on your hair. That suddenly went away. Suddenly people were actually being smart and talking about ingredients and talking about formulations, and now we have science-backed hair care for black hair because we expect better, we want better. And again, it's so easy to slander these women, but if it wasn't for them, I don't think the natural hair community would have progressed so much forward. However, when they said no leave-in conditioners, I definitely ignored that because I'm not putting down my leave-in conditioner. Sorry, never doing that. And it worked for me because I always hated the feeling of oily hair. I hated touching my hair, looking down and seeing a Saudi Arabian oil mine. Like, it was never a fun experience for me. And anytime I did put oils or greases or butters in my hair was always so dry the next day. It was always so dry. So it just worked out for my favor. Yeah, this is my experience with it. Some people have had really bad experiences, and I'm not discrediting them, but I'm here to share my positive experience. Just to recap, the best thing to come out of it for me was shortening my wash day. Guys, I work out multiple times a week. Do you know how miserable it was to walk around with a sweaty, stinky scalp, but putting off your wash day for days and days and weeks because the wash day in question takes 12 hours and it's a miserable experience, and by the next day your hair is still dry and crunchy? I'm never going back.
Okay, so on this hand, we have someone that really loves the movement, and according to her, her hair is responding so well to it. She has her more defined color patterns now. I love it for her. I honestly do. But there are also other people that have had really bad experience with this. Now let's get right into that.
Put a finger down if you were victimized by the no oils, no butters, black girl curls movement of like 2020. An experiment on my hair where I did half of it the cut it kinky like black girl curls way, and it's dry, versus this traditional way where it is pretty moisturized still after like 7 days of not having washed it. Now, granted, 5 years ago, I did not know how to do my own hair. I was having my mom cut out my sew-in like summer of 2020 because I realized, okay, I would not be returning to the salon and needed to get my life together. And Black Girl Curls was like the perfect way to do that and finally learn, or so I thought. And I felt like I could really never master my hair because after like 2 days, my hair would shrink all the way up and look crazy despite putting so much water in the deep conditioning and the styling and everything. Like, where was the water going? And then to add insult to injury, like 2 years in after the pandemic, I started going to a natural hair salon in Atlanta, and they were saying stuff like, oh yeah, you don't need to trim your hair. Like, that's kind of a myth, especially if you are gonna trim it, it has to be curly, like don't ever straighten it. And y'all, tell me why my hair broke clean off. Like 3 years ago, it was a mess. So now I'm back to seeing a regularly trained cosmetologist who straightens my hair, trims it every 8 weeks, and I'm just like, my hair is thriving in a way that it hasn't before. And I'm just wondering, like, what was all of that drama about the no oils, no butter? Like, what was all that about just for all of our hair to break off?
Now, on this hand, we have someone saying it really damaged her hair. She's happy she's left it. The thing is, I believe a lot of people are different. Some people have hair that produce oils, some have hair that produce less oil. So I think it depends on what works for you at the end of the day. You can try it will work well for you, and you can try it will not work well for you. Now, let's keep going.
Story time on my experience with no oils, no butters, and why I'm putting those products back into my routine again. So I found out about no oils, no butters like about a year ago, and I feel like when I first found out about it, I had been wearing my natural hair, but I also was learning like about products and finding what worked best for me. And one of the things I wanted the most was definition. So when I found out about no oils, no butters, I was like, hey, I'm using butters and oils and I'm not getting the definition or hold that I want. So maybe this is going to help me with that. And then also just hearing about how oils and butters can make your hair dry over time and that you're not actually fixing the problem really stood out to me. So I cut out butters and oils and I just stuck to using like botanical gels. I would still use leave-in and some curl creams as well, but mostly just botanical gels and mousses. And when I saw my hair, I was like, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. Because I was able to define my hair in ways I had never seen my hair defined before. It did work for me in getting really good definition that I wanted, but it can also take a toll on your hair as well. I feel like this is from my experience too, and also what I've seen a lot of other people saying, but it's really the ends that takes a toll from doing the no oils, no butters thing. And when I first started out, I had bleached hair. I think I bleached it twice at that time. I don't know, but that definitely affected me. But yeah, since then, I've just really been cutting out my ends, cutting off the dead color because they are messed up. They are still messed up, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna see a professional soon. And also seeing how other creators came out here too and saying how this really affected their hair negatively really started making me be like, okay, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And if people are saying that this method is really damaging to their hair, then I don't want to be promoting that to my community. Yeah, it's a new year, so this is the perfect time to start over, new growth, new methods, and just going back to what we did before. But yeah, I would just recommend doing your research before trying out new products, new methods, all of that, and really making sure this is what you want to do for your hair. And yeah.
So basically, if you're not happy with how your hair is right now, before you jump on any natural hair trend, I believe you should do your research. Don't just fully enter it. You can decide to test it out a little bit and see if it will work for you before you now decide to fully jump on it, okay?
These are my opinions of what I think went wrong with the no oils, no butters movement. This is coming from a consumer standpoint because I did it on myself, but also a professional one because I am licensed. I've bought the textbook, studied it, followed it to a T. I've invested $2,600 into a class where I no longer follow a lot of the practices. So these are my opinions. Number one, not everyone was a candidate for the 30-day hair detox. Not everyone needed to, but everyone was doing it. I used to have clients do the detox before coming in so that their hair would be prepped and ready to do what I wanted to do with it. But it very quickly did stop working that well. Now I don't have people do the detox ahead of time. They come sit in my chair, I see what their hair needs, and then we move accordingly. Number 2, of course, too strong of cleansers too frequently are going to dry your hair out. They're going to permanently change the health of your hair's cuticle. But going back to number 1, if we were detoxing when we didn't need to be detoxing, whether you meant to or not, you're using too strong of a cleanser too frequently. Boom, you have a problem that you didn't know was a problem. Number 3, I was taught that buttercreams, leave-ins, and moisturizers were fairly useless in the styling process. Now, on paper, they are useless when it comes to how much hold they offer your style. But buttercreams, leave-ins, and moisturizers are not useless to the person that absolutely needs lubrication on their hair strands in order for things not to go south real quick. So, going back to number 1 and 2, when you're not using leave-ins, your hair is getting dried out from over cleansing too frequently, and you never were a candidate for any of this in the first place, now we have a really, really big problem. Number 4, the heavy focus on the end result. What do you want your end result to be? That picks your stylers. This only works on a healthy head of hair. I have plenty of clients that I still use all my gel combos. Uncle Funky's, I Create Hold, Trepadora, all the good gels. And on a healthy head of hair, this works perfectly fine if you want a bomb wash and go for a week. It works great. But unfortunately, a healthy head of hair is more rare than the unhealthy head of hair. And so what I have found is, going back all the way to number 1, you have someone who didn't need a detox getting one. Now we've been over cleansing too frequently, drying our hair out, not using our leave-in or any type of cream. And I'm not even talking about raw oil, raw butter. I'm just talking about a creamy product to lubricate the strands that are stressed. Now we're on number 4. Picking what stylers you use based off what end result you want. This only works on a healthy head of hair, not on an unhealthy head. So now we're having someone with an unhealthy head of hair choose what gel they want here, what gel they want there. It's going to look all fine and dandy until everything is peeled away, and it's not going to be okay. It wasn't okay. Number 5, the brush with the best, Felicia Leatherwood. I rode for that brush, rode for her. I loved it. But what I've come to find out is, through my own clients telling me this or showing me, they would come back for their maintenance appointments, and I'd be like, hey, you have some mid-shaft, breakage areas, like right here. Let's talk about why this is going on. What is going on? Came to the conclusion where they were using their brush improperly. Now, yes, this is user error technically, but for me, if I as a stylist recommended this brush for my client and they can't use it properly, I'm throwing user error out the window. I recommended them a tool that has been causing damage to their hair. Now, when used properly, any tool you can avoid damage, but that Felicia Leatherwood brush, I no longer use it for my curly clients. A couple of them still have it and they are able to use it properly, but do I think it's a user-friendly brush? No, I no longer recommend it for my guests. Now, I will give Black Girl Curls credit. Their brush is one of my favorites right now. It's very user-friendly. But, so we've talked about 5 things. Not being a candidate for the detox, doing it anyway, and for too long. Too strong of cleansers for too long will dry your hair out. Throw in number 3. We're not using leave-ins anymore for lubrication because they don't add hold to our style, which is true. Anytime I use a cream, it's not going to last as long for me, but I don't care about longevity if it means that my strands are going to be getting dried out from them not being able to handle a hairstyle that lacks on the lubrication side. Now, on a healthy head of hair, I can do a wash and go with 2 gels and it looks great. They're able to rinse it off, wash their hair, come in a week, and do another style. And they don't have issues because we have treatments involved. We have really good conditioners involved. So I'm saying all this to say, at one point in my career, I followed to a T things that I just do not follow anymore. I truly take every single client that sits in my chair and whatever their hair needs, it's going to get. Their regimen is going to be exactly what their hair needs.
This lady looks like she knows what she's doing in the hair business, because I like that she's particular about her clients and especially how their hair reacts to products and all that. But yes, the reasons she gave, I think I'm in line with her, because this 30 days detox, which is a no oil, no butter movement, a lot of people are really not candidates for it. But people that didn't know they were not candidates for it decided to hop on the movement. So maybe that's why it's affecting some and it's favoring the others.
I wanted to share my experience with the Black Girls Curls No Oils and Butters Challenge because I see a lot of people on social media sharing their experiences, so I thought I would talk about mine. So for context, I have been wearing my hair mostly in its natural state since 2014, which was my senior year in high school. I found out about the Black Girls Curls challenge on Twitter in 2023, I believe, but I didn't really start following the tenets of it until I would say probably the beginning of 2024. And I just want to say, you guys, off top, like, this has made such a world of difference in my hair. My hair is the healthiest, longest, and the most luscious it's been. And I actually understand my hair now in a way that I didn't before this challenge. And by that I mean, washing my hair once a week, not overloading it with oils and butters, has mean that I can really see what my curl pattern looks like. And I can see what my hair truly is in its natural state. And from there, I've been able to understand how to work with it to get it to do what I want it to do. It was like, and hearing no oils and butters in the first 5 ingredients was a great thing for me because I've always hated the feeling of those heavy products on my scalp and on my hair, but it's what I thought I had to do to have healthy hair. And just that alone really discouraged me from having a consistent routine with my hair before I learned about the Black Girls Curls routine. Because I had, kinky, tightly coiled hair, I always thought of my hair as just so difficult to deal with. This challenge taught me that it's really not. My hair is really no different than anyone else's hair on this planet. I mean, it is obviously a different texture. It is uniquely mine, but all hair is textured and it's not hard to deal with. Wash, condition, style once a week. That's it. I stopped doing all the extras, the pre-pooing, the deep conditioning, and I cut it out because that got in the way of me having a consistent weekly routine. Because when I added all these steps on it, it became so much more daunting. I already don't like washing my hair. As you can see, my hair is really thick. I have a lot of hair. So if I can cut down the steps so that it's doable to do every week, that is ideal for me. And that's really what this challenge did for me. So I know a lot of people are saying that it ruined their hair, blah, 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 but my hair truly is thriving in ways that I have not seen before. I do think incorporating botanical products like Inner Sense, Uncle Funky's Daughter, those type of things has also helped, but I don't know if it's as much as the products as much as it is having a consistent routine and really understanding your hair, not being afraid of it in its natural state. All that to say, I'm really happy I found this challenge. And if you are seeing a lot of people's negative experience with it, I say just try it out. The challenge is just for a month. You might learn something about your hair that you didn't know before. I really encourage you, if you have, type 4 Afro textured hair, to not be afraid of your hair. I think that really changes your outlook on everything.
Different people with different experiences.
Before I chat a bit about no oils, no butters, I do want to clarify in this comment, because this comment is about a serum that I just started 2 days ago. It is by the brand Nioxin. It is the Night Density Rescue Serum. And something that I said in this original video that this comment comes from is that it does not have oil as 1 or 2
in the ingredient list, and the way that I say it, I perceive it as a positive thing, because I'm like, okay, boom, it's not going to be heavy. If this tells me like apply it daily, I wouldn't want like product buildup or anything heavy in my head. So that's just to clarify. And the oil is castor oil, which is a heavy oil. So I was just like, I wouldn't, for me, it just wouldn't work for me. So that's just something I just want to clarify. And then I did have the opportunity to look into the experiences mentioned in this comment, and Shelly's experience really resonated with me, because the things that she has done to get her hair to bounce back, like after cutting it, such as like using a leave-in, using deep conditioners, is something I also do. And I would say mine is more like out of circumstance, like lifestyle changes, and not because like any perceived damage that I had. So I committed myself to becoming the healthiest version I've ever been, and I've lost 30 pounds. I'm very happy about that. But once I started this fitness journey and I was in that gym sweating, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take swimming lessons, and I'm in that chlorine every week, I realized like, oh, a wash and go is not sustainable for my hair. Like, my hair loves to be shrunken up, right? Like, I have to... And I already didn't like doing a wash and go like twice in a 7-day period. So I just switched it up. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do a wash and go, it's going to be a treat. Like, I really want to have my curls out this weekend, so I'm just gonna have it out with the understanding that in 3-4 days, I'm probably gonna change it and put it into some flat twists like I had in that original video, because it's just easier when I work out to have my hair just pull back, or even when I'm going swimming to have my hair just, in those flat twists. Another thing with swimming is that I swim weekly, and after I'm done swimming, I use a swimmer shampoo, which is essentially a clarifying shampoo. So my hair is being beaten down by chlorine, and then being further beaten down by this clarifying shampoo, but it needs to happen because like chlorine's not good to have in your hair. So with that, like I'm using a leave-in for sure, right? I'm deep conditioning, maybe not every week, because again, it's like I don't like to be in the shower for a long time, but I am incorporating all of these routines that I used to do before exclusively wearing a wash and go back into my routine now that my lifestyle calls for it. That was a lot of explanation to share my point of view that I am not anti-oils and butters. There are products that I use that are on the heavier side of oils and butters, and there's some products that are not. For me, it really depends on the style that I'm looking to achieve, and I just try not to overdo it, because even this is the half wig that I referenced in that video, and I have some flakes from my mousse. Although this is flat twist, I'm not defining this in a wash and go state. Like, I am still acutely aware, like I am pulling at this hair repeatedly every night. I'm probably not going to wear this for the next week. That's just something that I think about when it comes to my hair care.
I like that a lot of people have different things to say about this. It just goes to show you how people are different, how what can work for you might not work for the other person.
I just saw someone say that black hair care products are oils, butters, and vibes. My question is, what is this sudden beef with oils and butters in hair care products? I feel like just about 6 or 7 months ago, people were coming out speaking about the bad experiences they had with the no oils, no butters movement and how it left their hair damaged. And now we're saying that we want our hair products to not contain oils and butter. So I'm just a bit perplexed as to what is causing this new shift in that direction. Because as a person who has natural hair, who has color treated hair, who has bleached hair, I could not imagine a world where I did not use oils or butters on my hair in order to keep my hair moisturized. And I guess I'm just trying to understand, are we now shifting to maybe washing our hair on a more frequent basis? And by frequent, I do mean twice a week. Maybe 3 times a week if we're not going to be using any type of moisturizing agents. So can you guys explain a little bit more about what's going on and why are we trending in this no oil, no butter direction?
Because it looks like a lot of people are now liking the no oil, no butter movement. And then on the other hand, there's still some people that said this no oil, no butter thing did their hair dirty. Like, it really affected their hair.
Here are my thoughts on the no oils and butters movement and why natural hairstylists such as Cynthia is moving away from that. As someone who is creating a texture first hair brand, I most certainly followed the natural hairstylists and people who were a part of this way of thinking. I always felt like it didn't allow for a lot of nuance, and so many people that I speak to wasn't necessarily wearing a wash and go and wanted a strong cast that would last for 7 days. We've heard this saying before, but textured hair really is not a monolith, and I knew that I wanted to create products for those who like to wear a twist out, a silk press, braids, and everything in between. And so while I agree you shouldn't necessarily be buying coconut oil from the kitchen aisle and applying it directly to your hair, as someone who worked very closely with their cosmetic chemists, oils and butters are in all of your favorite formulations, even the clean ones. If you get a chance, you should watch Cassidy's video in whole because she's a professional hairstylist and she really speaks on how even the feedback from her clients, such as improperly using the Felicia Leatherwood brush, was causing mid-shaft damage, to clients feeling like their hair was feeling dry or dried out. Leave-ins, buttercreams, oils, and the like certainly have their place in hair care and textured hair care. And it's true that they do offer a softer hold, but for some people, that's okay. They prefer volume and a softer, flexible hold more than a hard cast that some gels can cause. I think what's more important here is that people with textured hair, and I think specifically Black women, we just want the autonomy to do with our hair what we please. Historically and traditionally, we have been told what our hair should be, from teen young laws in which we were forced by law to cover our hair, to workplace research studies in 2023 where it's saying we feel more pressure to straighten our hair and we're more likely to face workplace aggressions because of our hair. At Soft Rose, there are no rules. We're never going to tell you what to do or not to do with your hair.
So many thoughts on this no oil, no butter movement, honestly.
Moisturize your scalp and stop listening to every video on TikTok to tell you not to do so. People are telling you to spray water on your hair shaft because scientifically it's supposed to help moisturize your hair and get the nutrients in your hair shaft. Stop listening to people like that. Please don't come for me. I'm about to sound real elementary, but it's only because that's the only way you understand it. If you're Black, you need to put oil in your hair. Okay? Period, point blank. You need to moisturize your scalp, period. Your scalp produces oil, but it doesn't produce enough to get from the top of your hair shaft to the bottom of your hair shaft. Somebody who is quote unquote white to you, YT, quote unquote, have good hair to you, their hair produces a lot more oils than Black people because their scalp produces oil and it goes from the top of their hair shaft all the way to the bottom because their hair is straight. Your hair is not straight. Your hair is curly, or it's kinky curly, or it's coarse. So the hair, the oil that grows on your scalp doesn't go all the way down to the hair shaft. So this is why us people of color, Black people, have to moisturize your scalp. You have to moisturize it, okay? This is what I learned in beauty school. I've been moisturizing my scalp, my client scalps. Our hair has been growing, hair has been healthy, hair has been getting hydrated. Also, shampoo and conditioner is really important, especially like clarifying shampoo when you want to strip all the minerals out your hair, like all the dirt and build up in oils and then deposit moisture inside of it. But you don't want to use clarifying shampoo all the time. But if you are Black, you need to moisturize your scalp. I don't know who is telling Black people to do this, but I feel like they don't like you if you're actually doing it and you're listening to them. No, you need to moisturize your scalp. You also need to wash your hair, not every day, not every week, but you need to make sure that you wash your hair and treat your hair. I put a lot of natural stuff in my hair. I make my own hair oils. I'll be selling it soon. I put a lot of food products in my hair because that's what makes my hair grow. And when you think about it, before we had all these chemicals, we had stuff from the earth. So please moisturize your scalp. Stop listening to people. If you gotta get desperate and put grease on your scalp because it's dry, please do so. Water is not gonna do it for you, okay? And it may do it for some, but not everybody, not the majority, okay? Stop listening to these people who are telling you to put water only in your hair and stop putting oil. Them people are crazy and they need to be reported on TikTok, period.
Okay, I agree slightly with what she said. Only water will not give you the moisture you need in your hair. And that's why there's this lock-in method, if I may, that you spray water and then you lock it in with butter or oil. I don't know if that thing is still in existence, but that's how I've been taking care of my own hair. And honestly, I've not had any bad experience with that. I've been putting oils and butters in my hair for as long as I can remember, and my hair has been thriving very well. It's been growing the way it's supposed to. And some of these things work really well for me. Like when I try different butters, different oils, I see different results. So I tend to know which particular butter, which particular oil is good for me. Now I know this might not be the same for a lot of people. So it's best to just do what works for you at the end of the day. If you've been omitting oils and butters in your hair and your hair has been thriving, then maybe you should stick to it. But if you've been incorporating oils and butter in your hair and it's been thriving, then why should you let go of it?
So let's talk no oils and hair butters. I mean, this is how my hair looks straight after deep conditioning with no oil or hair butter. In my opinion, no means no, not just a little bit. I mean, truly, tell me, how am I supposed to manage my hair without anything? This is what I say. You can keep it if it's working for you, great, but for me, no, I'm good.
Okay, so guys, that's basically it. Now, let me know, have you tried this no oil, no butter movement? How was your experience like? Or is this something you're willing not to try because you don't even want to tamper with how healthy your hair is already? Because just don't believe there were some people that actually went as far as shaving their hair off because of how damaged it was from this no oil, no butter movement. So, guys, let me know in the comments because I really do want to know, okay? And yes, guys, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.